So that's the predecessor of this motorcycle, and I rode that motorcycle, and there is hell lot of difference from the previous version. So if you are someone who is looking to buy a brand new Ninja, I have many things to talk about. What's up YouTube? Today we have the latest Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX, one of my most loved motorcycle from the Kawasaki fleet, because this is a sports tourer. I like to tour on sports motorcycles, and what I can ask for, the inline 4-cylinder sweet liter class. It's not something freaking fast or freaking aggressive and all. Very smooth inline 4 engine. Third day with the motorcycle. Out on the highway, even if I ride it for 1000 or 2000 kilometers in one stretch, I don't think I'll be getting tired on this motorcycle. So let's walk around. This is a black variant. I don't know why most of the reviewers say the color when you can see that. Even I said that now. I'm not actually thinking that you guys are colorblind, but yes, this is a black color variant which looks very sharp. I like black colors more than green on Kawasaki bikes. So yes, the black color variant, more sharp design. The front looks much sharper. The headlight throw is good. And towards the side, yeah, this is the SX. Such a beauty to look at. And you can see the liter class engine over there, which is the same engine that you have seen the ZX-10R, which is altogether in a different state of mind or state of tuning. And there lies a big exhaust. I'm not actually liking the way it is, but it sounds nice. And coming into the rear, very beautiful looking rear section. Basically it's a touring motorcycle. Just get onto it and enjoy the ride. That's the mode on the motorcycle. So basically it's raining nowadays, so I don't want to waste much time standing here and talking. So let's go for the ride. So hopping on, it's not a very tall motorcycle for my kind of height. This is okay. Complete TFT display. I like it, but somehow I'm feeling like I'm an old guy that I like analog tacho and all. It's already warm, so no problem in revving the engine. The inline 4 sound, man, what a beauty. Yeah, let's go. So today I'm out with the 2018 version of Ninja as well. By the way, it has already gone. So that's the predecessor of this motorcycle, and I rode that motorcycle, and there is hell lot of difference from the previous version. So if you are someone who is looking to buy a brand new Ninja, I have many things to talk about. First of all, let's talk about the weight of the motorcycle. Unlike anything, even though this is a liter class motorcycle, a huge liter class motorcycle, that too sports touring, hyper touring. I don't want to really call it as hyper touring because we have the ZX-14R and those kind of motorcycles, but still this is in the border of sports touring and hyper touring because of the weight. But once this is rolling, it feels much lighter. It doesn't feel like a heavy motorcycle at all, because the previous version feels a bit heavy, a bit front heavy. On this one as well, I can feel that the riding posture is like, if you sit closer to the tank, you have a complete upright riding stance, which is almost like a naked motorcycle. If you push a little bit backward, you get that sports touring riding feel, which is what I want. And getting on a motorcycle, you actually feels home pretty quickly. As I told, you doesn't even feel like you are riding a 600cc motorcycle. By the way, I had to do this video a couple of days back, and we're actually on the highway, and the motorcycle which I was riding broke down. I don't want to call which motorcycle it is, but yeah, it broke down. Maybe I'll tell that in a different video. So it broke down, and I had to sit on this motorcycle as a pillion. Oh, those are chickens, man. Oh, that guy has got a lot of chicks on that bike. How cool. Alright, yeah, so I was sitting on this motorcycle as pillion, and this thing is damn comfortable. Yeah, so I was sitting behind this motorcycle for around 100 kilometers, I'm not sure, but those were one of the most comfortable 100 kilometer. The owner of this motorcycle was riding the motorcycle in the road mode, and I was completely comfortable sitting over there. The seating comfort is so good. So be it the rider seat or the pillion seat, the seating comfort is good. Only one thing is, like, the seat actually stretches a bit, so if you have to do a hard braking, probably you'll slide down along with the seat. You'll actually stick the seat to your bump and you'll come along with it. That's the only trouble. Otherwise the seat is wide, the comfort is good. So the riding comfort is also good, and the pillion comfort is also good. And if the pillion has to sit a little more behind and have a comfortable ride, the only thing is the reach towards the grab rail is not good. I personally felt it. So that's on the seating comfort. And looking at the equipment quality, I can see quality all over on this motorcycle. I don't even have something to nitpick on the motorcycle. The quality is excellent. Yeah, now let's talk about the engine. The 140cc engine which is the same engine that you have seen with the ZX-10R and which has been retuned sweetly to modify the 1000SX, which is the sports touring version of the Ninja. So this one has 3 riding modes: the rain, road and the sport. So currently I'm running on the sport. So the sport has much sharper throttle response. It responds actually very quickly. On the other side, the road has a little laggy throttle, which is still kind of okay, I feel. And when it comes to the rain mode, the power and the torque and everything is less, and the ABS intrusion, the traction control and everything is high. So it's more towards safety, and I was riding this motorcycle in rain as well. So first let's talk about the highway riding capability. With this engine, if you wanted to do 160 cruising speed or 180 cruising speed, even with a pillion, go for it. It's not at all a problem. I was actually running out of road to test this motorcycle. As I've already said, I was sitting pillion for some time, and after that we switched our seats. Then when I was riding, I was constantly cruising at 160 and all, getting some corners, straight lines. I was much comfortable. I couldn't got a much better road which is even good than that. That's what. So I feel that even you can push it to 180 if you have wonderful roads in your area. Honestly, I'll say 120 to 160 is a safe speed. So in that way, I'll say a brilliant cruising motorcycle. And when it comes to the city, I have ridden the motorcycle in the road as well as the rain mode. So in the road mode, it's not a big deal to control the motorcycle. It is okay. It heats up a little. That's expected. And when it comes to the rain mode, it is in much control format. Let me put in some fuel. And power petrol irka? Power petrol irka? So it seems like there is no power petrol here. By the way, this motorcycle comes with up and down quick shifter. Let me just demonstrate that. That feel is good. Yeah, it comes with an up and down quick shifter, the quick shifter and the auto blipper. So it is suggested to fill 95 octane, or at least whatever the power petrol which is available in every fuel station. Yes, I was talking about the quick shifter and the auto blipper. So the quick shifter actually works pretty cool. There's no issues on that. I pretty loved using it. But it is not as slick as the one which I've used on the Kawasaki ZX-6R. But the auto blipper has some issues. In the sense, on lower revs it doesn't work, and on lower gears as well, it is a little tight and it gives a jerk as well. So I'm not that happy with the working of quick shifter. It's good but not the best. That's my feedback. And when it comes to the suspension is actually fully adjustable in the front and fully adjustable in the rear. So in the rear, actually you can have the rebound adjusted to your weight. So this one has the tallest settings now. The rebound is set to the tallest settings so that it has very less ground clearance issues. By the way, this motorcycle has 135mm ground clearance, which is like will scrape every normal bumps on the road. So that's not a good thing for a sports motorcycle. So yes, you can set the rebound to a taller setting, and basically you can save yourself from the taller humps. Yeah, to talk about the feedback from the suspension, it is very light, it is very supple. To control the motorcycle as well, it seems like the front suspension is actually a little bit tuned. It feels lighter. It doesn't feel like you are riding a very heavy motorcycle, and the front end is not that too light as well. You can take corners easily, very nice and comfortable to ride. And to talk about the brakes are really good. I really like it. Always I appreciate the braking capacity of Kawasaki motorcycles. I really love it. But what I've seen is that most of the Kawasaki riders go for some aftermarket brake pads like EPC to have a little more bite from it. So that's a personal choice, but the stock brake itself is good. That's what I feel. By the way, this wind visor will give a protection till around 80 or 100. After that, it is a little difficult for you to sit and ride this motorcycle. Now there are a lot of crosswinds, that's why you are hearing a lot of wind noise. And the clutch feel is a little harder. If you have to use the clutch inside city for a longer time, then it is a little tough. But yes, you have the quick shifter on the auto blipper, so that's not a problem. And the gear shifting is very slick, very precise. If you ask me the riding ergonomics, as I mentioned, the seat is much comfortable. It's not too sporty, but a little bit of sportiness, that's all. And the foot peg is not raised almost underneath you. So basically this motorcycle comes on road for around 14,70,000 in Bangalore. And if you ask me if that is a value for money, before answering that question, let's have a kind of discussion. What are the other sports tourers that we have in India now? Let's look into Honda. I see only scooters there, so skip. Yamaha, again, nothing. Even I don't see any scooters also much. Okay, Triumph, I really don't see any sports tourists in later class because they are all nakeds and all. Or we have the speed twins and all. So yeah, again, no sports tourists. So let's look at the Germans. So Germans, we have the BMW S1000 XR. That's a sports tourer. So that's one thing there. But I think it costs a lot more than this motorcycle. And when it comes to Italians, again, I don't really see any Italian. We had the Turismo Veloci some time ago, but now it's not there. And in Ducati, no, you have Multistrada, but that's not really a sports touring motorcycle. So that means in the entire segment we have only two motorcycles with the inline 4, which is the Ninja 1000 SX, and we have the BMW S1000 XR. So clearly for this price point, I'll say this is a winner, no doubt. If you want a powerful motorcycle, which is actually not that powerful in later class, in sports touring, yeah, you have this. So the 14 lakh is actually value for money. I have to say that. I know that it's too much money, but still I'll call it as value for money. Maintenance is like once in 10,000 kilometers, and there is no concept of free service. You might be paying something like 10,000 to 12,000 rupees per service, and surprisingly people are getting a mileage of around 18 to 20 or 22 kilometer per liter. That's really a nice mileage figure for this kind of a motorcycle, keeping the fact that this can go really fast. And inside city you can expect something like 15 kilometer per liter. So let's see who will fit onto this kind of a motorcycle. This is actually becoming a niche genre because we have naked motorcycles, we have super sports, we have a lot of adventure motorcycles, and nobody is caring to bring in beautiful motorcycles that is there in international segment and the sports touring segment. We have many things in Yamaha. We have a Suzuki in 1000cc which is on to sports touring. Yamaha also doesn't care about anything. So Kawasaki is only one person who's caring about the sports touring segment. So let's say if you're someone who's already done with all your 1000cc speed runs and all, and you want to be comfortable on some motorcycle and settle on a motorcycle, then this is a very good motorcycle. Or say if you want to buy a motorcycle for your tours, you can have this because you can mount your luggage. Kawasaki will provide you the pannier setup and things because this is an SX, the sports touring version. So you can have all your luggage tied up and as well as your pillion, and you can go for long trips. Very comfortable motorcycle. Plus if you wanted to do some amount of city riding, okay, it has a little bit of heating issue, that's all, but there is no handling issue. And if you ask me if I have found any negatives with the motorcycle, I have to really nitpick on that. Few things are like, yes, the heating is a little more, and when it rains actually it's almost like the dosa counter. I mean, it's steam everywhere. I can feel that. So the heat is actually directed to the rider's body, and the stock windscreen is actually not giving much wind protection. I'm a little disappointed with that because we have to go for aftermarket clips and all. And one major disadvantage which I felt with this motorcycle is, you see this thing? This is a mobile holder. So I'd asked this question that when somebody brings this motorcycle to the market, why don't they bring a navigation system in this? Pretty simple, right? Because you need navigation assistance now and then. So it would have been nice if Kawasaki can bring a navigation assistance on this motorcycle. Currently it's not there. And one inconvenience which I face with the motorcycle is that there are two mode buttons here on this left side. So the modes are like this, as you have seen in the screen, and you can change it like up and down with long press. So if you have to come from the top riding mode to the bottom riding mode, you cannot rotate the entire system and come to the bottom. You have to keep pressing it, long press, and come to that. I felt that to be a little discomfort thing to me, especially because I have seen with other motorcycles that you can immediately change the riding gears. So this takes a lot of time. Yes, of course, it gets cruise control and traction control, cornering, ABS, and all sort of stuff. So I don't have to nitpick on that, but still I felt it, and that's why I said that. So that's my riding impressions after riding the Kawasaki Ninja 1000X for this long. And thank you very much for my friend to give this motorcycle to me. Basically there's a slight story behind that. My friend was riding a V-Strom 650 before. So V-Strom is a beautiful bike, using it for his touring. So basically it's a point A to point B riding kind of a motorcycle. So he was enjoying it, and finally he get to know that he has to feel each kilometers that he rides. So inline 4 is the thing, you know, every other time when you ride the motorcycle, and if you want to get that feel, either you go for an inline 4, it gives you a very smooth feel. I can show you that with a little bit of acceleration. You see that in no time it reaches the speed, and that too smooth. So my friend also was having the same feel. He was actually considering only this motorcycle. He had this in mind. He went ahead and he bought the motorcycle. That's all. Pretty simple, straightforward thoughts. And also he has a channel, so if you want to know more details about this motorcycle and how it is running in long term and all, you can go to the channel and check it out. So I hope this little video is helpful for you as well. I enjoyed riding this motorcycle. So as always, show some love in the form of likes and comments. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.